Good morning Year 1 and welcome to Friday. It's Friday maths lesson with Miss Richards, okay? So here's my shout outs for the day. Mitchell, fantastic work here Mitchell. You worked out all of those really tricky challenges for you. And Alexa, well done to you as well. I've got some more because so many of you sent some fantastic work in yesterday. So Poppy, look at your maths challenge. Well done Poppy. And Liv, fantastic. Well done you 4 children. Well done to all of the other children that sent me their challenges in as well. That was brilliant. I just loved these 4 photos. Thought they were really fantastic. Okay, so moving on today, we are going to do a new concept. We are going to be learning about tens and ones. And we haven't really talked about this in the videos just yet. So we're going to be learning about place value and tens and ones. So have a go at writing tens and ones on your whiteboard for me. So this one here says tens to tens and ones. Okay? Have a go at writing those for me because you're going to see these words popping up in your exercise book. So it's important that we know what they say when we see those words. Now, to understand what tens and ones means, I've got 2 numbers here and I'm going to show you. It's about breaking the number up. We're going to be splitting it, okay? And this number here is the tens number. And this number here is the ones number. Okay, so if we were to split it into tens and ones, we would put 1 10 and 2 ones, and it would make the number 12. Okay, I'm going to explain it a little bit more, but just briefly let me show you. If we were going to split up 34, it would have 3 tens and 4 ones. Okay, now when we're in maths, we very often work things out with objects first, don't we? So we explore using concrete objects. So I've got some 10 sticks and some ones cubes. Okay, now how many 10 sticks have I got on my picture? All of these represent 10. You have seen them in school. So I've got 1, 2, 3 tens. So we can count that as 10, 20, 30. So I've got 3 tens and 1, 2, 3 ones. 3 ones. So this here represents the number 33. Let's have a look at some real ones under my visualiser. Okay, so here are my 10 stick. Now, you don't have to count every single one each time. There are always 10. Okay? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's always 10 in a 10 stick. It's like putting 10 tiny little cubes together in one stick. And it would make a 10 stick like this. Okay, if I put 10 in a row there, it would be the same as the 10 stick. Okay? So there's always 10 there. So do I need to count them all? No, I don't. There are 10. So let's get rid of the ones for a minute. If I put another 10 stick down, how many have I got now? Do I need to count them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, I don't. We can count them in tens, can't we? 10, 20. Okay, there is 10 here and 10 here. So that makes 10, 20. Now how many have I got now? Got a different coloured one in there as well. Do I need to maybe check these ones? No, it's always 10. So let's count them in our tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. And you can use your number grid as well to help you count down the column at the end, okay, if you're not sure how to count in tens. Another way of checking is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, which means there's going to be 40 because they are 10 in each one. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Now I'm going to add some ones in. I'm going to take those 2 away, and I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 ones. Okay, so now let's see if we can count this one together, because now it's a little bit tricky, isn't it? I know I've got 2 10s. What is 2 10s? 10, 20. And I've got 1, 2, 3 ones. Will I carry on counting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? No, because they are not 10s, are they? There isn't 10 here, so I can't count those in 10s. I've got to count those in ones. So there is 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. So this here represents the number 23. Okay, let's see if we can have a go at another one. I'm going to put okay. Have a look, see if you can see how many I've put out so far. Move them down a bit so you can see them. Okay. What can you see so far? What numbers can you see? Have a go at counting them. Remember, these are 10 sticks, so there's always 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Well done. There is 50. There are 5 10s, which makes 50. Now have a look how many ones I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you can remember, you've got 50 here and 6 here. You have got 56. Let's have a look at writing 56 as a number. Okay, so if you've got squares on your board, you could have a go at writing the number 56. There is the number 56. Okay, I think the sun's shining on it a little bit. There we go. So I would like to see today if you could have a go at making up some 10s and 1s. Now you could use some representations at home if you haven't got 10s and 1 sticks. Now I know some of you did take some of these home in reception to practice with, but if you haven't, you could get creative with it, couldn't you? Now I've also got some cotton buds. Now that can represent my 10. Okay, and I've got some buttons. 1 button, 2 buttons, 3 buttons. So this here is representing my 10 and this represents my 1s. Now remember, if it was a 10 stick, there is always 10. So let's see if we can work out what number I might be representing here. 10, carry on counting in 1s, 11, 12, 13. How do we write 13? A 1 and a 3. Look, there is 1 10 and 3 1s. Let's do another one using my cotton buds. So I'm going to do 1, 2 cotton buds, which makes 2 10s. They are my representation for my 10s. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons. Can you see that button? It's the same colour as the table, isn't it? I'll change it for a brighter one. There you go. Okay, so how many 10s have I got? 1, 2 10s. Count them in 10s. 10, 20, 20. Okay, but we're not going to write 20 and 3 because that would say 200. Oh, it's not 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry. We're not going to say 20 and 5 because that says 205. So we have to get rid of that 0 because we know that the 2 represents 20. So we write 25 like this. 25. add 5 ones. And I wonder if you could have a go maybe in your house at making some 10s and some 1s. What could you use? Maybe you could use a long piece of spaghetti or a shoelace for your 10s, or some buttons. What could you use? I'm not going to give you an idea. I think you could be creative with this. And I would like to see if you can make up some numbers, some 10s and some 1s, and write the numbers for me. So that's a little activity for you as a challenge today. Okay. So, let's have a look at some numbers that you might have seen in real life, just so that we can understand why we use these numbers. What's this here? It's a birthday cake, isn't it? It's a birthday cake. And how old is this person? Is it mine? 21. I wish. 21. So that would look like this. 2 10s and 1 1. Okay. Next one. Who's this? Does anyone know who this footballer is? Might be a little bit old for some of you, but I bet some of your mums and dads might know who he is. It's David Beckham. And what does he wear on his shirt? What number? 23. Can you tell me how many 10s and how many 1s are in David Beckham's shirt number? How many 10s? 2 10s. How many 1s? 3 1s. So we will draw it. Oh dear. Move that over. Okay. We would draw it 2 10s. 1. 2 10s. Makes 20. And 1, 2, 3 1s. Makes 23. Okay. Does anybody know what this special door is? It's a very famous door, and you might have seen it on the news a lot lately. It is number 10 Downing Street, and it is where the Prime Minister lives. Okay, so how many 10s and 1s are in the Prime Minister's house? 1 10. Are there any 1s? No. So it's just 1 10 stick. Okay, and you could put all of your little cubes on if you needed to, but we know that means 10. So we don't need to. I don't need to count them all, do I? We know. Okay, so here are some numbers that I would like you to make today. I would like to see if you could make these using some objects in your house to represent 10 and 1s. Now you need something long and thin for the 10s and something small like the buttons for the 1s. Okay, so something long and thin for the 10s, something little for the 1s. Okay, maybe you could find some things in your environment, either in your house, in the street, as well. Okay, so as well as my numbers here that I want you to make up as an extension challenge, you could find some of your own numbers in the environment and ask your grown-up to take a picture of them and then make me a representation of those numbers. So create me a representation of 42 on the bus and send me a picture. If you've got a door number on your house, if it's 10s and 1s, some of you might live in a really big number, but if you've got a door number that's like this, you could create that using something to make 10s and 1s. You could use Play-Doh if you've got Play-Doh at home. Okay, maybe have a look at a car registration. The number is 62 there. Okay, so today it's all about using objects, and it's really important, and grown up, this is really important as well. This is how we learn in school. We always start with a practical object because it really helps us to understand and embed that concept into our heads. And then tomorrow we're going to move on to drawing those representations, okay? But it helps children to play with them, to count them, and have the objects in their hands, okay? So it's really, really helpful if you can do that today. Okay, so that's your activity today. Nothing in your booklet, just this, okay? And send me lots and lots of photos because I'm really excited. I know you're going to have lots of fun with this, okay? So I really look forward to seeing it, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.